Hi, and welcome to Your Truth Explored, the podcast where we unpack your truths to bring clarity, understanding, and insight into what lies ahead. My name is Rodney Reynders. Welcome back to Your Truth Explored. Today I want to explore something that quietly shapes the direction of our lives, even when we're not consciously aware of it. That is, vision. And more specifically, the power of visionary thinking. In Thought for the Day 303, we spoke about how easy it is to get caught in daily routines and immediate demands, and how often over time we can lose sight of the bigger picture. When that happens, life can start to feel reactive, busy or uncertain, even a little stuck. Visionary thinking invites us to lift our gaze beyond what's right in front of us and imagine what's possible, not as fantasy, but as direction. Most of us live inside full calendars, work, family, responsibilities, messages, deadlines. None of these things are inherently bad. But when our attention is constantly pulled towards what is urgent, we slowly drift away from what is important. We stop asking big questions. We start operating on autopilot. We make decisions based on the short-term relief rather than the long-term alignment. This is not a personal failure. It's a human pattern. Without a clear vision, the mind defaults to a survival mode. What do I need to get through today? Visionary thinking moves us out of survival into intention. Visionary thinking is not about predicting the future. It's not about having every detail mapped out. Visionary thinking is the ability to imagine a direction, a sense of where you are heading, a feeling of what matters. It is a relationship with possibility. It gives your choices context. When you have a vision, decisions become easier, not because life becomes simpler, but because you have a filter. You can ask, does this move me closer to the life I'm trying to build or further away? That question alone creates clarity. There were definitely seasons in my life where survival thinking took over. When you're dealing with loss, financial stress, or relationship breakdowns, uncertainty, vision can feel like a luxury. But what I came to understand is this: vision isn't a luxury, it's a stabilizer. When I began allowing myself to think beyond immediate struggle, something shifted. I stopped making choices purely from fear. I became more curious, more open, more willing to imagine something better. That imagination did not remove the challenges, but it gave them context. It reminded me that my current chapter was not my final chapter. Vision is not about control. It's about alignment. Life will always test your plans. Things will change. People will change. You will change. Visionary thinking allows flexibility without losing direction. You may adjust the routine, but you do not abandon the journey. When you hold vision lightly, you can pivot without collapsing. Setbacks become feedback, not proof that you are lost, but information about how you refine your path. James Bennett, in the 101 Golden Rules of Business, speaks about the idea that clarity beats complexity. Vision, when clear, becomes a filter. It helps you decide what to pursue, what to decline, when to persist, and when to pivot. Visionary thinking is not about grandiosity. It's about clarity. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a clear direction. Direction creates momentum. People often say to me they lack motivation. More often, they lack a compelling picture of where they're heading. When the future feels vague, actions feel heavy. When the future feels meaningful, effort feels lighter. Vision creates emotional pull, not pressure, pull. It gives you something to move towards rather than something you're trying to escape. I'd like to invite you to take a simple pause. Choose one area in your life, work, relationships, health, personal growth, and ask yourself, if this area were more aligned, what would it look like? Not perfect, not Instagram ready, but honest. Then ask, what is one small action I could take this week that moves me closer to that picture. Not a leap, a step. Small steps, taken consistently, shape big futures. Return to your vision regularly, not to judge yourself, but to recalibrate. Vision is closely tied to identity. As you grow, your vision may evolve. That's healthy. Visionary thinking does not lock you into a single version of yourself. It allows you to grow into new ones. When you let vision evolve with you, life becomes an ongoing conversation rather than a rigid structure. Visionary thinking does not remove uncertainty. It gives uncertainty meaning. It turns imagination into direction and direction into intentional action. If you would like support in developing your vision and turning it into practical steps, I would love to support you. We're now going to move into a reflection time, and we make use of music here at Your Truth Services to connect our emotions to our psychology. And we've developed a song that we're going to play for you now. And whilst you listen to the words, capture those thoughts that this discussion has generated, the actions you've decided upon, and bed that into your psychology. And we'd encourage you to add the song to your playlist. And next time you hear it when you're driving, remember the choices you made today, the thoughts that came up, not as a measuring stick, but as a tool within your visionary toolbox. So join me now as we listen to the song Visionary Souls.
In the stillness of night, when the world feels so vast, I sit with my thoughts, reflecting on the past. There's a whisper inside, a gentle guiding light, reminding me of dreams shining bright in my sight. I see the mountains high and valleys low. Life's not always easy, the winds may blow, but deep down I know this journey's just begun. The power of vision, like the rising sun. Visionary soul, we dare to believe in a world yet unfolding. We dream and perceive through the shadows and doubts. We walk hand in hand, creating our future where our hopes will stand. Sometimes it feels lonely, this path that I tread, with voices around me filled with fear and dread. They say stay in the box, don't reach for the skies, but the fire in my heart sparks a clearer disguise. Every setback I face sets the stage for my climb. In the dance of uncertainty, I learn the rhythm of time. Courage breeds curiosity, doubt fades away. With vision as my compass, I'll find my own way. Visionary souls, we dare to believe in a world yet unfolding. We dream and perceive through the shadows and doubts. We walk hand in hand, creating our future where our hopes will stand. Progress begins quietly in the depth of my mind, a reflection of purpose where the answers unwind. Staying grounded in values, a beacon inside. When comfort pulls back, I still choose to fight. Oh, this vision's a gift, not just a simple dream. It's a pathway to freedom, flowing like a stream. So I take a deep breath, allowing my soul to embrace the vast unknown, where I feel truly whole. In the tapestry of life, I weave my own thread. With each stitch of belief, I'm no longer misled. For those who may doubt, don't align with my view, I'll keep pushing forward. I know what to do. Visionary
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Your Truth Explored. If today's episode resonated with you, please take a moment to follow the podcast and share it with someone who might benefit from the conversation. Your support helps these messages reach the people who need them most. If you enjoyed the song featured on this episode, you can stream it and our other songs on all major music platforms just by searching Rodney Reynders under Artists. And if you'd like to explore your own truths more deeply, you're welcome to connect with me at yourtruthservices.com.au about a coaching or counseling booking, and many of our other resources are available there too. Until next time, take care and stay connected to your truth.